It's Disney Detonation coming at you from the Transformative Fair U Studios in New Jersey, and I am your host. And today's going to be a discussion on HHN 32. I went to one of these many, many years ago in the 90s where they had this people underneath the stairs maze, and I'm not into the whole jump scare thing. I think it's like a cheap way of scaring people, and like it just, I don't know why, it just pisses me off. I don't like to be jump scared. I don't like people jumping out from behind things. I mean, I get the decorations and the special effects stuff, but the jump scare thing is just, I just don't like it. But that doesn't mean everyone else does not like it. It's huge. It's this massive juggernaut. I mean, I don't think when I was there they even have these scare zones. Now they have 10 houses, multiple scare zones, and it's like a huge event. I think when I did it, it wasn't even for like a whole month. I think it was like for 3 or 4 days. I mean, it was so long ago, but definitely not for me. But interesting enough to do a vlog on it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they have definitely a lot of food and drink items that I was interested in. Now, the really interesting thing that I didn't know, that I started, researching this or doing, pulling clips, which I have like 47 of. It's like the most I've ever pulled. So I don't even know if I'm going to get through this thing. It was like very hot here in New Jersey today. We hit some records. I had a real field temperature of 106 in my yard, and I just turned the AC off in this room. So hopefully I can get through this. So this year, the protagonist or the curator of the event is Dr. Oddfellow, and unbeknownst to me, he was involved. I guess everyone loves this Jack the Clown character, and apparently the clown was in this guy's Carnival of Thrills. So I mean, they have an entire wiki site for all this stuff. So I mean, you could go. People are really, really more serious than I could possibly imagine. But for me, this is more or less what I'd be interested in. So let me move me over here. Food and the drinks. I mean, that's probably what I would go for. I mean, if I were to go to this thing again. So this looked interesting at the Stella Bar, peanut butter smuggler. I couldn't find anyone who had that. There's a couple of people who had this voodoo company, Lacto Cooler, and it's a sour beer, and I'm not a fan of sour beers. There's all these really cool food options. So this is a Disney Informer. I'm going to put a link to it in the description. So if you're interested in going, you can find all the food items here. It's all listed. So the next thing is a view from the cheap seats. I love these guys. They went to Cabana Bay. So it's my understanding that a lot of the vloggers, they got all invited to this VIP, which they called it an RIP tour for this particular event. And the cheap seats people, I guess, aren't big enough to where they would get invited to this event for free. So what they did is they stayed on ground. So if you stay in certain deluxe resorts in Universal, you get free express pass. So that's what I'm imagining they did. But they stopped by one of my favorite resorts in Universal, and it's Cabana Bay. And I'm going to show it to you because I think that it was decorated really nice. And there's something else in here that I didn't even know existed for Halloween.
We're making a pit stop at Cabana Bay for the Chucky experience.
The Chucky
Swizzle
experience.
Lounge at Cabana Bay.
I love this place. The food's good. The bars are good. They got a bowling alley. They have an excellent gym. They have a lazy river. And it's got free, private access to Volcano Bay, which I don't like most water parks, but my God, do I love that one.
It's also the return of Little Boo.
So cool. All right, so here's them going into the Chucky playground, which to me was more like a photo opportunity for people. Am I blowing out this mic?
Only open to on-property guests, meaning you could stay at any of the Universal Orlando hotels.
Which is pretty damn cool. You can stay at any hotel, bring your card key, and you get into this
Chucky's
event.
Twisted Playground will be open daily from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And again, each member in your party will require a hotel room key. It doesn't have to be Cabana Bay. It just needs to be an on-site Universal property. This line moves pretty quickly usually.
Speed it up a little. I mean, it's kind of some crappy decorations, but they had some photo opportunities that I thought were really cool.
Chucky the twist. Here we go. Ah!
Like here, it makes it looks like you're getting pushed off.
Chucky can push you off the building. Good God, Chucky, what have you done? Mary didn't go all in. They have a sign on each of these to tell you how you should be posing. There goes Paul.
All right, I'm a geek.
Tiffany.
All right, you get the picture. So there was a bunch of those. So now we're going into the parks. One of the food items that I thought was really crazy interesting. Why do I keep saying interesting? I thought it was bizarre. So here it is.
Have Dr. Oddfellow's Carn Evil Dog, which, special because it's a red hot dog in a funfetti hot dog bun with Kool-Aid pickles, bubblegum mustard, and potato sticks. Doesn't it?
It sounds like vomit.
I mean, I
on a
kind
bun.
of like saying it.
A confetti bun. The bun looks like it's got mold on it. So, apparently they had like a food tasting thing, like an event for all these vloggers. I didn't catch it at the time. I don't know when it was, but they all tried the food there, and the only person I could find that tried it was super enthused, and this is her take on how it tasted.
We're getting to try the Dr. Evil's Carn Evil Dog. This is a red hot dog in a fun.
I mean, look at it. It looks like there's mold on it.
Pickles, bubblegum mustard, and potato sticks. Very curious
Bubblegum
mix
mustard.
of flavors, so let's see what it's like. You know what? It's actually really good. Legitimately. You know the mix of sweet and savory, how it goes together sometimes? Also, I can taste like relish in there. So it just basically tastes like a relish hot dog with like a little bit of sweet in it. It works. You know what? I say for a late night, this will be really tasty. It's better than you would think based on how it's described. Oh, you know what? What I thought was relish is a pickle, actually. I love pickles. So I don't know, it tastes really good. It's just basically like sweet bread, a nice hot dog, some like potato sticks, nice pickle. I don't know, I like it. We both like it.
I mean, just based upon her review, I now I want to try it. So the RIP tour for the vloggers or whomever was invited, they got this really cool. They got to go to this like private bar almost. It's the Coca-Cola place. I think it's near Men in Black.
We are now inside of the Coca-Cola store. There's a bar. There's this year's Blinky Cups. Let's see, what do they have? All right. Did juice in the Electric Death at the Taste of Terror event, and it was pretty good.
Those two drinks I wouldn't
They
mind
have
trying.
a
This was very
RIP
interesting.
Specialty cocktail with mystery Fanta. What the Fright cocktail? That sounds good. They also have a mocktail. They have some canned beverages, beer, wine. Also, I did ask, this bar is exclusively for RIP tours on a private tour. So you do have to be on your own private tour in order to have access to this bar, which is a nice perk because there's no line at all.
All right, so when I went on, this is the Fanta drink that he was looking at, and then Nate from Paging Mr. Morrow tried it.
I've never even heard of it before, but they have like a little bottle here. Look at this. I've never seen this before. 0-calorie mystery flavored soda. A little what the Fanta, and honestly, every time I say that, I feel like I'm gonna say a bad word. Can I say a bad word? What the Fanta? So here we go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love that. I love it.
I don't know what to think of this. I don't think I like it. It's like grape. I don't know.
So I went online to try to figure out exactly what this is. There was a bunch of different reviews for it as far as what it tasted like. Some people were like strawberries and cream combined with cherries. I mean, like there's so many people having a discussion on it. So I went and looked at the ingredients, and it's carbonated water, citric acid, and the only thing that it says here is natural flavor, which means, I mean, can you imagine if this is what they're putting on the bottle? So the secret ingredient is natural flavors. I just thought that was hilarious. All right. So now, as far as like the scare zones and stuff like that, there's 10 haunted or houses, and I think 5 scare zones. Now I didn't get the Blood Moon. I didn't get the Exorcist. I did Stranger Things, Dueling Dragons, Yeti, Chucky, Dr. Oddfellows, The Darkest Hour, Last of Us, and Universal's Monsters, because I thought the other ones were just completely boring as far as what I saw from these vloggers. And the scare zones, for the most part, I thought were, just silly. But that's just me. So we're getting into this. Okay, so this map, I actually made it because nobody's scanned in the map from, I guess this was like, today's Monday. I think this thing's been going on for 2 days now, and nobody's scanned in the map and put it online yet. All right, so this is a whole nother thing that kind of changed my feeling on Halloween Horror Nights. So there's a Peacock Halloween bar, which is normally, I guess, a Peacock bar for NBC, and these are the 3 drinks there. So this was interesting because I wanted to try I want to try all these drinks, actually. So here's the menu there, and Kyle from Cheap Seats walked up to it, and then he ran into this character, which I had never heard before, so I'm going to play the clip.
We're in the horror bar area. Let's see what's shaking back here. Oh my God, this is the line for drinks. And there's David S. Pumpkins.
Who the hell is David S. Pumpkins?
We have a pumpkin sighting. He's asking people if they have questions. I gotta be honest, even if the drinks were free, I wouldn't be waiting on.
Yeah, no way. Who would want to wait on that line? So there is Universal Daily News. I think that's because I'm going to put a link to this, to all these videos in the description. So I'm like, who the hell is David Pumpkins? I mean, like, this is just stupid. I'm like, another stupid character in this nonsensical HHN, so I did a quick search, and this is what I found.
Good. I'm David S. Pumpkins, and I'm gonna scare the hell out of you. Now watch this.
I'm just like, this drove me nuts when I first saw it. I'm like, what? Is this funny?
I have a lot.
I mean, like, if I didn't know the story behind this, I'm like, this is just irritating. So then I did a deeper dive, and I found this. I found out that this is actually a Saturday Night Live clip. So this clip here from SNL is how I felt about David S. Pumpkins when I first found out about it.
Any questions?
Yes, several. I mean, what, he has a middle initial now? I am so in the weeds with David Pumpkins.
Babe, don't let David Pumpkins ruin your night, please.
David S. Pumpkins. Floor 99.
I mean, the skit is, I'm still blasting this mic out. The skit is it's almost like they're making fun of both Twilight Zone Tower of Terror and Halloween Horror Nights in this video. So here's the introduction to David S. Pumpkin.
How's it hanging? I'm David Pumpkins, and I'm gonna scare the hell out of you. Any questions?
So, I mean, unless you have the background of this whole thing, or you have the music to while he's making those gestures, like it's just the craziest thing. So I fixed the clip.
How's it hanging?
Good.
I'm David S. Pumpkins, and I'm gonna scare the hell out of you. Now watch this. Any questions?
have a lot.
I mean, this poor man, he's got to do this all night long. Brutal. So, all right, so here is one of the scare zones. It's the Dr. Oddfell's collection of horror. So I thought this was really good. This guy's doing a really, I think he's doing a good job, despite the fact that his makeup isn't that great.
Interesting. You don't hold your heart to any sign at all, do you?
Fire sign, baby. Aries.
Oh, okay.
And I think this is Theme Park Express.
We need not that simple answer. For it is a great thing that most of you have no connection to such trivial matters. Oh, your zodiac can only tell you so much. But the fear will tell you so much more. It is only but a step away. Go out and spend an evening in my history. I've laid it all out for you to explore. The fear, the power. Oh, I smell it in this room. There's no hiding it. I see you trembling with fear, but begging for more. Good. That will take you grand and far. The evening is just beginning. Don't stop now.
I thought that guy did a great job. I mean, and I saw a video of him at 12 o'clock at night, and he was still on. So kudos to that dude. So here is Theme Park Express, and I just thought that this character was absolutely ridiculous in one of the scare zone. I think it's in Shipyard. I had to share with everyone.
Oh, we just walked into Shipyard 32. We have some scare actors.
I mean, look at this kid. I mean, they just took him from the cast of high schools, Cherry Hill High School's Fiddler on the Roof. The main character, they got him for Halloween Horror Nights. All right, so this was also, so I don't know. See, some of this stuff to me is so goofy. But like I said before, I understand how popular it is. This is a view from the cheap seats. They're in, I think it's Diagon Alley, whichever park is in Universal Studios, not in Islands of Adventure. I can't remember which. But these kids are running away from the Death Eaters, and I don't know if they're scare actors or they're just goofy kids.
Oh snap, the Death Eaters are coming.
I mean, they look too young to be hired by Universal, but I just was like, what the heck? All right, so now's another example of horrible acting in one of these scare zones. I'm not sure which scare zone this is, but you got to see this.
It's gonna be tough to fix the sink now.
The great is the dialogue by Kyle.
Oh boy. He dead. Oh God. Just ripped his imaginary guts out. It's not a good day to be a plumber here.
Oh my God. All right, so the next is from the scare zone, Vamp 69 Summer of Blood. And it's PC Deb. It's Mama Cass.
There's vampires everywhere. The music is fun here. Oh!
What? What the hell? How can you tell who's a scare actor and who's just there? I mean, it's amazing. Okay, so now here's, what is it? There's another, what this? This is Dark Zodiac, and this is by PC Dev. Or no, this is by Theme Park Express.
Head on into Dark Zodiac.
I mean, this looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle to me. It's funny, there's a Six Flags Great Adventure here in Jackson, New Jersey, and I've been to that a couple of times, and it's like these chainsaws are just, they're so loud. That in itself is like, unless you've worked for a tree service or you've been around chainsaws a lot, that's a sound that's going to scare the shit out of you. What? It's ballet. All right, and now here's PC Dev in Dark Zodiac.
Goodbye.
What the hell? And what's this? I gotta see that again. I mean, wow, that's scary. It's, what is it? Like a Harley Quinn that hasn't gone to the gym.
Walking through Dark Zodiac.
What's up with this thing in her, the frisbee in her hand? Like what? Like.
Oh man, this guy did not have a good day. Jeez.
Okay, so here's the next scare zone. It's by PC Dev. It's the jungle area. It is Jungle of Doom Expedition Horror.
These giant bats are absolutely terrifying.
No, they're not. It's a plastic bat with glowing eyes hanging from the telephone wire. Okay, so now here's paging. I had to put this one up because obviously like the heavyweight vloggers have all gotten this RIP tour, and this is paging Mr. Morrow. I can't remember if it's a house or a scare zone, but you get to see the Diz. You get to see what is his name, Craig, and Rhino in their videotaping glory. I thought this was hilarious.
I don't like walking into places where you can't see in front of you.
There's
and
Rhino.
This fog is thick.
Scares me.
It's really cool because all of these shipyard
So this is Shipyard 32.
Are all, monsters and people from HHN past.
Look, there's Craig. He looks so serious with his camera.
Oh.
And Rhino's saying, "Oh, this is the moth prophecies." He's like, what's a girl?
The Mothman prophecies.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is I got this one because I'm like, you tell me if this is what do they call them, a scare actor or somebody who's actually just trying to find a bathroom. Right there. And I'll answer the question for you. That was a scare actor. Okay, so here's paging Mr. Morrow in the Vamp 69 Summer of Blood scare zone.
Oh, you're not a scare actor.
This is great. Now, how do you tell who's the scare actor and who's a patron? right. So here's another thing. So the movie Megan, with the robot girl, they did a flash mob thing, and I showed it to my daughter, and she's like, she said I had secondhand embarrassment from watching the video. But I'm gonna play it. It's long. I don't think I'm gonna play the whole thing. I think it's like 3 minutes, but I don't think I'm gonna play the whole thing. But just as long as we get the gist of this. And those two are, see, look at all the vloggers, everyone there. This is definitely a VIP event, or I don't know. This is IOM Geek, and I have no idea when this was recorded, but you could just see everyone here has been invited to this. Everyone's vlogging or recording it. And there's other versions of this where they're at night and they're blowing the fog. I saw the movie and I thought it was horrible. That's enough of that. So if you want to see more of that, you can go online and see it now. So this is paging Mr. Morrow near, I think it's the Last of Us house. As he's walking in the RIP tour, he's observing the insane amount of wait times that these other people, these walk-on, these standby people have to deal with.
The line for The Last of Us is insane. It's at 90 minutes, and look at just the sea of bodies. Holy moly, I feel like it's way more than a 90-minute wait.
I mean, could you imagine waiting I know some of you can because you guys love this stuff, but I could never wait an hour and a half to walk through a maze or a building where people just like, there's set pieces where people jump out and scare you. I mean, like, we have those at local farms here. I'm like, that's been at $80 to do that. Well, then maybe I might have the food and drink items, but I digress. So here's paging Mr. Morrow in the Universal Monsters Unmasked house. So the next bunch of clips are going to be from the actual quote-unquote haunted houses. I thought that was Dr. Octopus at first. All right, so the next is the Diz in the Monster House, and I just put this up because I think Rhino is hilarious. Just listening to him while he's being scared, like, cracked me up.
No, thank you.
Oh my God, God.
No, thank you.
Oh my God, come on now. Come on now.
All right.
Come on now.
My fingers around your throat. Yes.
Oh my God, come on now.
Okay, so the next one is PC Dev, the Stranger Things house. Come on. It's like a puppet. It's a puppet attacking his belly, his stomach. All right. So the next one is Paging Mr. Marrow, and this one is the darkest. What is it? The darkest deal, which I thought was pretty cool, actually.
Music is not life. The deal is done.
Another jump scare, but that I like that one. One of the better ones as far as the videos go. I mean, if you really want to see, I think Super Enthused has the best camera work, but Paging Mr. Marrow actually has everything. His entire slider, cordoned off for each house. So here's the Diz with the Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins.
I hate clowns so much.
Your soul is mine!
This next thing is, I mean, what? Disco Minotaur. All right, the next one, I thought this was another hilarious one. This clown that pops out of this curtain with this hand on her head looks like a waitress that I recently had at a local diner.
I don't know what that is,
What? Okay, all right. So this is the Diz at the Oddball again. But this scare actor does not look like he's too into his role in this particular clip. He's like, get me the hell out of here. He was barely mouthing the canned dialogue. So here's another. So I guess they have multiple versions of this Dr. Oddfellow throughout this particular house.
Oh my God!
Your souls have been distorted, and you are mine.
At least this guy's into it, and he's got to keep doing this same dialogue over and over, right? It's all canned. All right, so the next one is Paging Mr. Marrow at Yeti Campground Kills, and this was equally as hilarious to me. See the exit sign. And now PC Dev at the Chucky house.
Chucky. Creepy.
Not so creepy. I mean, there's other video where throughout the house there's these people dressed up as Chucky, which to me is hilarious. They look like they're like in onesies. All right, so here's the cheap seats discussion. I think they rate Chucky's what's it called? Chucky, the ultimate kill count is the name of his house.
So Chucky, did you like Chucky?
No, I'm not a Chucky fan. So
did you like Chucky? I thought like it was 50% of it was really fun, like the animatronic in the beginning.
I love this guy.
And then there's people dressed up as Chucky.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one.
That looked like they're wearing Spirit Halloween masks. That part was awful. The part with little Chucky's was amazing. Look at the little Chucky that has a little chainsaw. That's crazy. That was awesome. And then there's awful. So
It's
overall,
amazing, awful.
maybe a 5 out of 10. Two out of 10.
It's funny. I've been watching those guys for years. So like, he uses amazing like I use interesting. So it's amazingly awful. So the last clip is going to be the Dueling Dragons house. What is it called? Dueling Dragons, Choose Thy Fate. And from my understanding, at the end of it, if you go to the right or left, you can either choose the blue or the red. And I think the blue is a good wizard. The red is the bad Dueling Dragon. Well, anyway, Dueling Dragons used to be a roller coaster that was in, I forget the name of the land, but which is now, I think, the Harry Potter land. And they used to have this really cool bar there, which is now a bar. The bar used to be like in the trunk of this tree. And back in the day, you could go in there. They had a TV. You could sit at the bar, have a couple of drinks, and watch television. And they had NFL games on Sunday, which was awesome. It's the bar. I can't remember the name of it, where you have the boar's head that talks or has animatronics. Now it's like you have to stand in line. You can't sit really at the bar. There's no chairs. But back in the day, that was really cool. It was like some wizard's bar. Now it's I forget what it is now. What they call it. It's a Harry Potter themed bar, which basically mostly people are there to get like butterbeer. Some pretty interesting effects with the I don't know why this is lagging like that, but there's some pretty interesting effects with the lighting on their chests, I thought. So that's it for this episode. I have I do have a bunch of, because I've been going to these parks for so long. I have video and pictures of the way the park used to look like back when I was describing that bar. I think I actually have pictures of it. I should probably put together something along the lines of that, where I get a little nostalgic and I just bring up some of the stuff from the past. But I hope I didn't make anyone who lasted this long, because we're coming in on 40 minutes, that I didn't annoy you with me kind of being a little dicky, making fun of it. But that's part of this whole site. It is Detonation Disney, and I appreciate anyone who lasted this long, and end transmission.